host, Mr. Jeremy, aka Too Real for TV, and a
Big
multitude of
country, a lot of stuff. You can call me a lot of things.
yeah.
What's
I'm
good,
gonna just
y'all?
solidify from now. I'm gonna just be silent proud. I'm gonna start giving y'all my nickname for government. I'm just a silent prophet now.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
when
I
you
guess.
address me, I'm a silent
So you
prophet.
gonna be silent?
That's it.
Oh, okay.
Prophetically silent.
Mm-hmm.
Or it could be silent prophet, like getting money. I
Silent
just
for
sit
profit.
silent and get paid. I don't know. I'm figuring it out. Okay, it's a Wu Tang name generator. All right. So, tell me that's where it came from. Why is it so hard to support your friends?
Well, I believe it depends on the person, because if you are a person of character and you truly believe in something someone's doing, it's not hard for you to support them. But some people, they only want to see the success instead of actually seeing the work that you have to put in.
Right. I mean, I don't know. I'm conflicted. So, it's been several situations in my life where I've attempted to do something and out of nowhere, it's always the first hater I have on most of my endeavors is somebody I know or somebody I felt like I'm supposed to be close to. You know what I'm saying? And then I don't know if that just drives a distance or a wedge or not, but
Well,
it does.
it probably because some people feel they know you so well they can critique certain things, but instead of actually helping, they're basically putting it down. Like, if you don't have helpful advice, it's like, why would you have negative advice?
My thing is, I I've reached a point in my life to where, don't get me wrong, I know the difference between constructive critique and just like bashing what you're doing. And most, like I said, majority of the people who give constructive criticism,
Hmm.
I'm not friends with. They trying to find something that they like. They trying to, and they like, man, if you did it this way, I think you could get me. That's how, a person that you don't know. But your homeboy or your homegirl, whoever it may be, when they operating and they talking to you on that level, they just trying to just keep shooting you down. Like, no.
But it's also, it could be that actions don't line up with things that they're doing. Because, for example, if you're running a business and you're doing something and you gave advice on this, why wouldn't you support? But if you're not actually supporting, it's like you shouldn't even put your 2 cents in, whether it was good or bad.
But everybody feel like, that's why I feel like your home, your friends or close people, when they giving you they 2 cents, they feel a sense of entitlement. It's like, I should be able to say this to you, even though I don't support anything you do in that aspect.
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
Story.
Like,
It's story time.
okay.
So back in college, I made a CD, right? Music CD, right? I Majority of the people who heard the CD, heard the music, they were like, it jammed, bro. You did. And I'm talking about, these are strangers. I had one guy even say, bro, like, I know you, but I feel like you could be one of my favorite rappers. Real life. I'm still cool with that dude today. Shout out Joaquin. I'm still hey, one real fan. But I mean, no knock to the guy, he good people. But so I'm sitting there and I made the CD already, it's packaged up. And I'm sitting up there kicking it, and Carlo hit me up. Well, not Carlo. I'm sitting up there explaining that I got music, and I'm talking to Carlo, our homeboy, mutual friend. And he like, but you ain't no gangster, now what you gonna rap about? It's like, I got a whole CD already. If you just want to know what I'm gonna rap about, bro, turn it on. Like, it might not be your cup of tea. I'm not finna tell you I'm on here talking about trigger play and shit that ain't my lifestyle. But I feel like,
But that's not all rap, though.
in his world it is, and I'm just like, I can't necessarily say 100% that you do or you don't go and live that lifestyle when you're away from me. I don't know what you do. Vice versa, you don't know necessarily the hardships and the pains that I went through.
Yeah.
Family members I lost to certain levels of violence. Now you don't know, but you assume because you look at Bryant, the happy guy, and you just instantly throw in there, oh well, he can't really have nothing to really talk about. But I'm like, I shouldn't have to explain it to you. The product already exists. I didn't have to explain anything to no strangers. I just put it in their hands, like take it for what it is. This is my work. You know what I'm saying? So
I mean, I can understand that. I understand what you're talking about. And there's some people that are like, it's not my cup of tea because this is what I envision when I envision rap. Now, me, myself, I listen to all types of music. So it doesn't have to be trap music. It don't have to be hood. I'm trying to get out saying the N-word so much. But hood end stuff. As long as it's something that I can relate to, I can understand. Because we all know struggle. We all know trying to come up in this world. We all know about issues and drama that's happening in people's lives. Now, if I put my issues into a rap verse, it would be, I think it'd be a great hit. But it'd be some hard knock life out here. But I ain't no rapper. But I understand what you're talking about. It's just like, I think people are like, well, since I know you so much, it's like, I don't know if you're going to be that type of person. It's like, well, find out. Like, for example, like, me and you been cool forever and a day.
Yeah.
When you told me you were doing the rap thing,
Easy.
and you had your first,
you was there?
Yeah, because of the fact that, man, I'm like, okay, I've heard him spit. I like the way he spit. Now, am I the biggest B Hunt fan? No.
I never expected you to be.
But I'm like, I support people in their endeavors. But my thing is, if you can't support me in my endeavors, yeah, I ain't about to be there.
I can't do that for you.
But that's why it's so hard with friends, because it's like, bruh, I'm here. Like, what you need, if there's any way I can actually help, I'm going to promote you. I'm going to shout you out. I'm going to let people know. I'm like, yeah, I got a friend in the rap game. I put it on my Facebook and all this other kind of stuff. Like, I don't think most people even have it on theirs. But I'm like, you go back in there and see my stuff there. I was like, because I'm like, I'm going to support people.
Your people.
But that's just me, because I'm like.
It's what I be saying across the board. I can't name a time where one of my homeboys, or even like close associates to one of my homeboys, was like, hey, I'm trying to do this. And I wasn't like, oh yeah. Even if I didn't like it, like outright felt like you made a t-shirt, it was designed bad. And before I give you any level of critique, I'm going to buy one. And then, I'm going to put it on and be like, yeah, it don't fit me right here, right here, right here. And then because it's right there on you. And they're going to be like, oh, I can see that. So, yeah, for the next person, you can do that. But I already got this shirt. And you know what I'm saying? And if you come out with another shirt or something, hit me up, I'll buy another one. Like, yeah. Because I just think of it from a point of where, bro, when you jumping out there on a limb like that, when you putting everything out there for everybody, it's like,
but we all need support. Right. Like, everybody needs support, but one of the big issues that we have out here, we don't want to support people like we need to. We want people to support us and everything we do, but we don't want to support them.
We don't want to do that. And then, or you turn around and then it's not that they don't want to, like, you'll support somebody you don't know because you don't know them.
Yeah. Like, oh, well, I have more faith in the person I don't know versus the person I do know. And that's a big issue, especially when it comes to friends, family, all kinds of stuff. That's why they do have that saying. And I know he ain't coined it, but he says it so much that I'm like, I give him his props on that. Yeah. I don't like him. Everyone that come with you can't go with you. And the reason I don't like him that much is because he panders too much. I'm like, now when he talking to young boys, if you don't know who I'm talking about, Steve Harvey. Like, When he talking to young boys, he give them real advice. I respect that.
Respect.
But then when he get out here with around all these ladies, females, however you want to call yourself, whatever, it's like, oh well, basically try to give them all the light. Oh well, as a guy, you need to do all these things. So that's why I don't get behind him like that. It's like, oh well, as a guy, you should do all this stuff. But as a woman, woman was already gonna do all that stuff. That's a lie.
That's a lie.
But support is like, I give support where support is due. If you are a person that you have a good idea and you need some support, and I'm around you, I'm gonna be that support system for you. Like my wife with her businesses, I shout her out all the time because I'm like, support.
That's what it's about.
With friends, support. That's the main thing we need out here is actual support.
What I always think about is, just in case it go where it's supposed to go, if for some odd reason, or not some odd reason, through the efforts of a person's hard work, if they keep sowing these seeds and one day you went to their house and they had a orchard of just different endeavors that they put seeds in and they nurtured and it grew and blossomed and now it's bearing fruit, and you hungry, are you not gonna ask them for some? Like right now, if this podcast takes off, we had people who have been here and had the opportunity, spoke their minds, showed support. Yeah. And I also had people that I reached out to and I just never got no response back. Or
I wouldn't piss on you if you on fire.
Well, I'll still pee on you if you was on fire.
Nah.
R. Kelly would.
Well, R. Kelly always pee on somebody. That's why he in the trouble he's in right now.
Hey,
but
just move out of the way. Boom.
And I don't mean like you are nothing to me, but if you didn't ever help try to put in on something, you take nothing out of it. You get nothing from it. Like, for example, if I hit the lotto today for 20 million, oh, that'd be great. But do you think everybody would get that money? No. And the reason they wouldn't get that money because where were you when I didn't have? Where were you when I was coming up struggling, doing all these things? And now that this actually happened,
took off. I'm on now.
Like, you don't get the benefit. Like, I have some family members that have always rode for me, always down for me. Thank you. Now, for those family members you could never call for nothing, they'll never help you or anything. Oh, you always have some issue. Okay. For you, I understand. You got those issues. Now, when it comes to divvy up the ends and everything, don't look for no cuts. Oh, well, what about this? And how I would do it is like, if I gave the people I'm going to give money to, you going to sign this NDA. If you tell anybody about this money,
it's going to be a problem.
Yeah. I'm taking all that money back. All of it.
Mine, I ain't going to sign no NDAs. I ain't going to do none of that. My thing is, I'm going to give, I got my immediates. Like, of course, mom, dad, sister, brother. Outside of that, I mean, like,
I don't get no money.
You get some money.
I'm just saying, I don't get no money. It didn't sound like I was gonna get no money. I was like,
well, I was speaking in reference to family because you brought up family.
Okay.
I was like, outside of that, in the family, it's just I got a lot of family. My phone don't ring, and I'm not saying. And it might be because of me. I don't know if it's because of me or because of them. Or when I get to that part of the town, I don't really get a lot of love. I don't really get a lot of XYZ. So I'm like, well, okay. And then when it come to homeboy, it'll be like, buddy, my system for that is really simple. I got a call log. My phone logged the last like 6 months, probably a year. Depends on how it works. If I look through there and I don't see your number called 6 months prior to whatever winnings or windfalls I come into, keep it that way. Like, let's not go through the process of you trying to reach out and call me now that I'm on.
Yeah.
No. If somebody came here was with a TV camera crew and I'm be like, look, if you wasn't hanging out with me on a consistent basis, like if you not Jeremy Bug Rich Sanko, like I'm gonna be like, I don't necessarily know why you pulled up today. Like you ain't pull up before. You never found your way
But
to
you
my
know,
door.
people are always gonna be like, "Oh, well, you always been my favorite." Oh,
I don't
like,
know nothing.
No. My
I
thing
don't know
is,
no
if
favorite.
you never you never invest into something, how you expect to get something out of it? And that's the same way with people. That's the same way with relationships, marriage, anything you really care about. You invest into.
Put time.
Your favorite rapper. You
gonna listen to that album.
You do certain things to be like, you know what? I really cut for them.
Mm-hmm.
Like back in the day, Kanye. Man, I bought all Kanye's albums.
Bruh,
I'm like,
I cut for Kanye so much. I still buy his albums. Some of like that one that I don't remember. I don't necessarily know the name of. It was just that he had Blood on the Leaves. Which is, I just want.
I don't know that one. Kanye be.
He be.
Yeah.
But hey, I'm not gonna sit here in front. I like Donda.
I haven't heard it yet. I do need to listen to it.
It go hard, bro. In my mind, it go hard. Now, is it college dropout late registration?
Oh.
No. Is it Dark Twisted Fantasy? I don't think there'll ever be another one. But from what he's given us, I mean, Life of Pablo and this one of the new age Kanye, I rock with it. I function with it heavy.
Okay. But that's like with anyone. When you really support them, like, I'll buy that. Hey, I may not buy everything from everybody, but I'm going to buy that album. Oh, I'll buy that shirt. I'll buy that hat.
Yeah.
That's just like Chance the Rapper. He made so much money off of them three hats. Because people were like, man, I just cut for Chance.
He just good. But it's strange. I just think about it. How many? Because it was a point where Chance the Rapper was just Chancellor,
Yeah.
I'm certain he was sitting up there like, oh, I can rap. And people was like, no, you can't. And then and gave him no type of play, no energy towards his dream or his endeavor. And then I just think it's reflective once you make it. Because you start saying, oh, well, they don't ever be around about it. It's hard to talk. Like, I feel like the reason it's so hard for people to get close to Jay-Z is because when I was Sean Carter over here, nobody was really cutting for me. Like, and then once I became who I became, now we all on the coattail and want a free piggyback ride to the top. I'm like, well, you ain't putting in the level of work.
And that's how I look at it. It's like, bro, you weren't with me from the get-go, so now that things start taking off, remember that.
And I'm just like, keep it that energy. Like, if I didn't help you get where you are, and you told me, nah, bro, like, I have a simple plan. If I didn't reach out to you before you got famous in any way, I'm never gonna reach out to you. Don't let you get famous. Like, instantly, I'm gonna be like, I can't call you first because I don't want you to get the impression that I'm talking to you because now you won't talk. Oh. Nah, if I'm reaching out to you, it's mainly because I just want to hit you. I'm not saying I'm just great, but I'm very comfortable.
Yeah.
I mean, not saying it because comfort is the real enemy of success.
Yeah. So
I'm to a point where I'm not gonna ask you for no money. It's just I'll call my mama first. Yeah. I'm not asking you. It's not gonna work. Why? Because I don't want you to feel like you no handout. Because I know if I let somebody hold some money, it's different. It's like I let you hold some money. I don't hold no grudge. I don't put no issues on. It's just you was in a bad spot. I put you on. When you pay me back, you pay me back. It is what it is. I just got one simple rule. I don't lend nothing that I can't afford to lose.
Yeah.
So if I can't lose it, I'm going to just tell you I can't.
That's the same thing I do. If I've ever lent you money, which I've lent a lot of people money, like for certain people, I understand. Yeah, shouldn't have lent them that money. But at the end of the day, it's not that I'm like, I need that money. It's just being the person of your word. Right. And I'm like, if I got to keep my word to you, I expect you to keep your word to me. Now, sometimes it happens, things happen, but you should be a person about your word.
That's what it be. Speaking of losing friends, why do you lose friends after marriage?
Man, I've been asking this question so many times because I'm like, once I put a ring on it and everything, I'm like, I don't get invited to no more parties. I'm like, it ain't like I'm go wild out and stuff, but I'm like, you don't get invited to stuff. Oh, bro, I thought you were gonna be with your wife. I'm with my wife all the time. It's not that I can't go hang out. And I think that's partly what some people think. Once you get married, that's it. It's over. Everything's over. No more fun, no games.
But my thing is, like, I feel like, don't get me wrong, I'm sure my wife's social life had a decrease in some ways, but majority of the time, I feel like they feel like she's the more talkative, I'm gonna kick it with you type person. People primarily call my wife for fun activities. They call me for work. If they need something and they need somebody that's dependable, that's when my phone ring. But if they broke out, the mariachi band or something, and everybody break dancing on cardboard, I'm the last guy get rung. I'm like, okay, but before then, like, people went out their way to be like, hey, let me see if B Hunt come. I just feel like,
well, I don't get no calls. I'm like, I'm glad for some people. I'm like, okay, cool, but I'm like, man, what happened? I thought we were better than that. Oh, bro, I've been thinking about you. But you didn't let me know.
You didn't call.
Like, you didn't call, you didn't say nothing. Oh, man, you know how life gets and everything. And you wrapped up with the kids and the family. I'm like, for a phone call?
For a phone call?
Or
to say hi?
Hey, what you doing? Like, because if you got kids, because let's be real, we all in our 30s now. Man, if you got kids, I got kids, we gonna kick it with the kids.
Yeah, we can kick it with kids. It's a park somewhere.
We could do something.
Somewhere. It's a park somewhere.
Give me a break here. People always like, oh, man, I would have invited you to a party, but I thought y'all were going to be doing something. You ain't even asked.
Well, at least they be saying they thought you was doing something.
Bruh,
when it
you
comes to
didn't
me,
even ask.
It just don't happen. Like, no, they don't hit Hunt. It don't happen. Now, let some come up, oh, man, I needed somebody to draw something. Hey, who can draw behind? I be like, wait, I am not just a resource. I'm not just a tool in the box that you pick up when you want to tighten the bolt, okay? I'm the guy.
The only calls I actually get is, bruh, I'm on the side of the road and need some help. Bruh, could you help me out with this?
It's like,
bruh, can I borrow this?
They hit me with the calls I would expect from Paige when she gets older.
Yeah.
Like, I don't expect Paige to be like, hey, Dad, come hit the club with me. I'm going to be like, baby, there's boundaries. Daddy don't go to clubs. With, like, my clubs, we all old, sitting in the back of the corner, and that one lady who still ain't found a man trying to twerk somewhere. And everybody looking at her like, baby, it's not that type of party. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the age we headed into.
Like, hey, it's okay.
It's just not. Stop rubbing on that woman's man. Everybody in here is married, ma'am. If you still single, that's your fault.
Yeah, at that age right now where it's like, when you see a dude by himself, it's like, man, what's, like, I have a friend ask me, man, what's wrong with that dude? Like, what do you mean? He's just sitting there. Oh, no. He just here all by himself and stuff. I'm like, you can't be by yourself no more? Not at this age. I'm like, oh, ouch. It's like, ouch. You gotta have somebody out here.
I just be thinking to myself, I just be like, if I see a person sitting alone these days, I'd be like, oh, he must be like married and probably hit the grocery store. Like, he got somebody else that he going home, but he just got to come out of his house for like some resources for a minute, maybe two. Yeah. And then he moving back in.
Man, sometimes you just be like, man, I got to go do something. And truth be told, when you get married, at some point in time, your married friend's going to be like, man, I just got to go do something. Hit your friends up. It's like,
all your people.
Don't be like, man, he married. People. He don't ever want to go out. He don't
ever
want to
go out. He want to go kick it just like everybody else. But like, and from my standpoint though, I have to give people credit though, because I don't drink, I don't smoke, and a lot of the foolish stuff that people do, I don't necessarily, I don't do. And then I don't want to be that guy who, because a lot of people look at me like he must be passing judgment on us sitting over there in the corner.
But my whole thing is, even if I don't do it, I could be there.
Like, I'm just chilling.
Ain't got to worry about it.
I got my own.
I'm still gonna be the life of the party.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get me a. Like, if I'm just really not into what you're doing, I in my glove compartment, I got a sketchbook. I'm gonna just sit over here do this, and y'all live y'all life. Some people, sometimes I just don't want to be at home.
Yeah, very
alone. Because, you know, Paige would go to school, my wife would go to work, and I'm just sitting up here.
Yeah.
And
lonely.
Yeah.
It's like, man, sometimes you just be like, man, I just don't want to sit at the house no more. Who doing something? What y'all doing? Oh, we at the club. Oh, nobody said nothing.
Nobody hit me up.
Oh, bro,
I hate when they hit you with that whole, oh, we at Applebee's. Applebee's is for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you could have called me, but I could have brought Paige to Applebee's. Don't be sitting up acting like I can't come up here and get some whatever.
Yeah. But hell, it's hard to get dudes together nowadays. Because
life, man. It's hard.
Back in the day, you know, you could always hit somebody up real quick. Hey, what you doing? Oh, man, hey, we're going to pull up. Okay, cool.
All right, cool.
Now, all of a sudden, it's like, bro, what are you doing? Man, just sitting here about to go to sleep. Like, bro, it's like 3 o'clock.
About to go to sleep.
I'm about to go to sleep, you know how life get.
You know how it is.
Like, we live a boring life nowadays.
It's boring and it's safe, but it's all, like you said, it's boring.
It seems like the dudes that used to go out and party all the time and do a whole bunch of stuff, now it's like, for the most part, we in the house. It's like, we in the house, chilling, trying to find what you're going to watch on TV. For some people, reading them books and everything.
Man, I got so many books now. It's crazy.
Like, oh, how can I? It's always something about how to invest, improve, or something like that.
Improvement. That's one thing. And maybe that's another thing. Maybe it's not the marriage that got your homeboys or your homegirls all distance. Maybe it's just life circle. Like, we don't relate no more. Because some people, I can honestly say, hey, it's just the reason we don't kick it like we used to kick it is because the only thing we had in common was, we talk. When I pull up, I'm going to talk to some girls. You're going to talk to some girls. It's easier to have you as a wingman. But now I don't need a wingman. And it's like, well, I don't have a position for that on the roster.
But see, the thing is, you could be a wingman without being a wingman.
I could be a blocker.
Yeah, I'll be like, I got you, bro. I could talk to anybody about anything. So, I'm going to holler at this girl real quick while you over there doing your thing. Then I'm going to go home.
Yeah.
Well, then I'll be out on about my business. But the only thing I don't do no more is, like, I can't be feeling on females and stuff like that.
I can't do that with you.
That's about it.
Where I go. Okay. It's not I can't do that no more. But I can, like, you know what I'm saying? I can be like, oh, would you even just occupy her space while you try to get in this other girl face? Fine, buddy.
Don't holler at her. You know, cool. Oh, you don't want to holler? Nah, bro. You know I'm good. Like, nah, but I'm going to block her. And make sure she good so you can do what you need to do.
Just watch how we walk up now. You need to make sure I'm closer to the one you don't want. Mm-hmm. So when we part them, they don't, I'll be like, oh, I didn't know you was with her.
Yeah.
And like, and had my conversation.
But you know, that's just one of the hard things we have now. It's like, man, everybody think you just, Mr. Family Man. It's
Mr.
Like,
Mr. Family Man, Mr. Reliable.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think to myself, it's certain times where, like I said, it's certain times I get calls. And they vastly different from the calls that my wife would get. Or the calls that you'll go to a place and you'll see everybody out here drinking, having a good, it's like 30, 40 people. But on moving day, you see Brian.
Hey, so we need some help.
We need some help moving some stuff
or
upstairs.
Need some help building something.
I need some help building stuff. I be like, you couldn't just call. Like when everybody was just sitting, when y'all was out there in the city walking around, y'all couldn't hit up Hunt for nothing. Y'all forgot me then. Remember my wife. They'll call her. Hey. First of all, I be thinking to myself, sometimes they be saying, oh, Ronnie, like, a great friend of mine. I be like, that's great. But how, like, that's if she over real, why you keep reaching out to me to help you then?
Man,
Like,
well, at
keep
least
up.
you don't like. The thing that bothers me so much, people know I'm very social. And they'll be like, oh, your wife let you out of the house? What do you mean, let me out of the
I
house?
can leave whenever I want. I'm not imprisoned.
Like, marriage is not
It's
prison.
not prison, bro.
Like,
Like,
man, she let you out.
That's maybe where we should go with the topic, bro. Misconceptions about marriage.
Yeah.
Misconception number one: I'm still a man. Like,
Yes.
I didn't switch. I didn't become some mystical being to where I don't feel one way. I'm still a man. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I still want to have fun. I still want to go out. I still want to talk my trash and stuff.
All
like
that stuff. I still want to do all that.
Like, when you get married, the only thing is, for the main part, okay, when it comes to finances, you, especially as a man, you got to think about somebody other than yourself.
Right.
On top of that, you have children, so you have to make sure your children are taken care of. But as far as the person I am myself, this is the same person.
Same guy. I didn't change. I do the same. I do all the same stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I really do. Misconception number two. I am not in prison. Look, okay, my wife did not kidnap me, and she don't like. I go to sleep in a bed just like you, single people. She don't lock me in a cage when I go in the bedroom and close the door and be like, you can't go out until the morning time. You know, I'm not like, I'm potty trained from my youth and adolescence, but I don't have to hold it sitting in this cage.
I look at it like this. Some people think when you got locked down, oh, she got your, she basically got a key to your balls and she lock it up and I'm like, hold up. Now, I'm not out here just wilding out and stuff like that, but she stay with me.
I'm just like, I just feel like as a married person, there's a certain level of risk that you don't take no more.
You know what? Basically, the best way to say it, here's that line. As long as I don't cross that line right there, we good.
And I want you to understand that line wasn't placed there by my wife. It was a self-determined line, right? That I was like,
obviously,
hey, bro,
to keep a happy home.
That's the happy line. Now, me jumping over that line could lead to all kinds of natural disasters in my relationship.
Yeah, just like when women go out. Like, my thing is, I've never had no issue with my woman going out or anything like that. I tell her friends all the time, y'all go have fun. I don't care. Like, you know where the line is. You know where I draw the line, where you draw the line. As long as we understand that, I don't care.
As long as our lines don't overlap. Now, you can't see my line and draw your line across my line. Like, your line gotta be before, by, and back the other way. Like, you can have more restrictions, but you can't have less. Okay?
Yeah.
Just respect this is my this is comfortable. Right.
See, people don't want to talk about that because it's like when you get married, all that kind of stuff. People look at marriage as, man, I don't want to get married. She gonna force me to do all this. She gonna make me do all that. Man, I'm gonna get what I want. You gonna get what you want. If I'm not getting what I want, we don't need to be married. If you're not getting what you want, we don't need to be married.
Right.
It's like different. If we spend 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year right next to each other, man, we ain't gonna make it. Like, I need my space sometimes. I need you to move. Like,
exactly. Just because I'm married don't mean that I don't get. I still get upset with people in my household. Like, you can live in the same four walls as me, and I still get tired of you. I know you'd be like, but you married this person. You should never get because
those are the fairy tales that we tell people.
That's the lie.
Oh, fairy tale. Oh, y'all just happy go lucky, skipping around, holding hands all the time. Like, nah, that's a lie.
My wife on a consistent basis be like, I don't know why I talk to you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a joke, but it's true. It's like, you know how I am. I'm going to speak my mind.
Me and my wife just celebrated our 5-year anniversary.
Congratulations.
And yesterday was our 5-year anniversary. We over there talking in the car, and I was like, you know, what things she would change about me if she could. And one of the main things she said, because I'm stubborn as hell. And I'm like, She's right.
Respect.
I'm stubborn. I'm very stubborn.
I'm going to ask my wife that question. Be like,
it's just the honest truth. I know I'm stubborn. It ain't that I don't want to be. Well, it's not that I'm trying to be stubborn, but that's me. It's like,
that's what I do.
I am a very stubborn person. I'm set in certain things that I'm like, okay, that's what I feel. More than likely, you're not gonna change it. But I'm like,
try to change. Let me be that.
But I look at it as when you get married, sometimes you gotta be like, okay, I gotta fix something. I gotta work on something.
I gotta do a little bit. And I think there's also another thing. Like, I got married to ultimately get better.
Yeah.
Because I see a lot of people feel like you're married and you're in a worse position because you can't get, like, most of the people I talk to, older people anyway, they have, like, most of them had this negative stigma on marriage.
Yeah.
It's crazy to me. I'd be like, how did y'all make it so long if y'all really feel like this? Like,
man, it reminds me of them old episodes of Married with Children sometimes, though.
Al Bundy is life, bro.
Man, if you never watched Married with Children, you missing some real Al life. Al just he wanted to be left alone sometimes. He's like, no. That one of his favorite words. No, Peg.
No, Peg.
And it's like, it's just real. Like, it's funny because when you first saw you're like, dang, Al just did. Like, when I was young, I was like, Al just don't like his wife. But on all the episodes, you can see Al loved his wife. It's just sometimes, hey, get the hell away from me.
I need a break.
It's like,
you keep coming with more stuff for me to do.
Mm-hmm.
Stop.
Like, he have a hard day of work, then all of a sudden it was something else.
Yeah, now you got some extra stuff to deal with at home. I'll be like, look, Al Bundy looking for the nearest football channel, a beer, and a nice couch. And it probably don't have to be a nice couch. That couch looked like it was sagging sometimes. Yeah. But it was his couch.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
He's like, I just want to relax, watch the game and all that kind of stuff.
And then, like,
the show itself, if you watch the show, there were times where Al could stroke some fine women. But Al was like, nah, I can't do it.
He had his line. And
he knew for a fact.
I drew this right here. Be like, but she ain't, it's not about, because watching the show, it's not about Peg. I'm not upset with Peg at all. Yeah. I have no issues with Peg. If I'm Al Bundy, I love Peg. Peg is greatness.
Yeah, he talked mad trash because if you married and you can't talk trash and all that stuff, it's going to be a boring marriage.
Difficult. You're going to have a really difficult situation.
Well, we can't do this. We can't joke around. We can't talk trash. Yeah, sometimes I'm like, yeah, I would love to throw my wife through a fish tank.
Why y'all got me throw her or sling it?
Because you know, as a man,
can't you send on a trip?
Okay, here's the truth. As a man, you know for a fact you should and would not put your hands on your wife. Right. But in your mind,
but so hard.
I'm just saying, in your mind, you've at least thought about one time. I would love to just. I'm just saying, at least one time. One time.
I'm certain my wife has thought about it. If I could hit Brian and he wouldn't just take the hit and be like, what do you do with? Like, I feel like sometimes if my wife felt like she could actually hurt me without a weapon, I think she would.
But I think that's what a lot of ladies be doing when they be play fighting. It's like, oh, we play fighting, then all of a sudden it go a little too far. Wait. Nah, you took it a little too far.
You want to see how far you could go. That was the line right there. You got to stop. Stop,
Because I don't know about yours, but mine, way back in the day when we first started getting serious dating and everything, she would always punch me. I'm like, okay, she just punched me. I'm like, why you keep punching me? She was like, what? Oh, you could take it. I'm like, she punched me again. Then all of a sudden, I'm like, okay, I see how we're going to play this game. So I used to warm up the good old hand and pop her on the butt. And she was like, why you hit me? I'm like, what? You could take it. It's okay. You be good.
You could do that.
And then one day she punched me. I was like, okay. Man, I licked my whole hand. I was like, bah! Like, you could hear the sound effects from it. And I was like, She stopped punching me after that.
Like, we good with this.
I am not abusive. I love my wife.
Abusive.
It's not abusive. I hit her on the butt. Hey, I'm sorry. I like to see a booty jiggle.
Everybody do.
But I'm like, if
hopefully everybody do. I don't know. Some people. I met some guys who like her booty too big, and I just, first of all, I just want them to know that I didn't become friends with those people. By the way,
I mean, it's just weird. I don't want you to have what they call a behind, that flat backside. Don't. Oh, you got big breasts, but you got no butt.
No butt.
You look like a
none. I need some. All right, let's carry on.
Yeah.
All right. Why are some things okay for you to do, but not your spouse? And that's both ways. So, Yeah. And, I mean, I could sit back and give you all that standard, it's gender roles and all this, but I feel like that's a cop-out.
Yeah, that really is.
It all boils down to insecurities. Like,
it's a way for you to get what you want, but try not to give somebody what they want.
Right. It's just, I got to keep the power dynamic on my side. So, like, instead of, let's just say you go out to the club with your homeboys. Okay, that's one thing. But she go out to the club with her homegirls. Then that's fine with her. Like, that makes total sense. But you go out with your guys, like, well, I know how guys are. Do you? Are you a guy, though?
Like, but even if you say you know how guys are, do you know how I am?
That's what I'd be like. It's insecure. You don't trust me
because
enough.
I could always say, oh, man, you know how girls are. Man, girls be over here wilding at the club and all that. But I wouldn't have been with you. I wouldn't be dating you. I wouldn't be talking
like
to you
if I wild out.
You were going to do all that.
Yeah, if I feel like if I got to keep tabs on you, I feel like at a certain point, once you get past 20, I'm going to say 25, because some people are a little late in the game. Once you get past 25, stop checking that phone. Don't check nobody's phone. Don't check nobody's computer.
First
don't check
of all,
none of that.
I could sit here and say this. I have never checked no woman's phone. I don't like
care.
Okay, and when I say I don't care, it's not that I don't care about my woman. It's the fact of the matter is, like, if you feel that's what you gotta do, that's what you gonna do.
Go do that.
At some point in time, the truth comes to the light.
Always does.
And when it comes to the light, now you get those results. That like, I remember I was talking to my wife earlier about going on a trip. And I was like, well, how would because I asked her, how would you feel about going on a trip with your guy friends? Because she was telling me about a trip her and her girlfriends were having in Vegas, and one of the dudes has a boyfriend or whatever, all that kind of stuff. And I was like, oh, okay. Oh, so you didn't tell me a guy was going to be there. And I was like, you didn't invite me. And I was like, I don't care. But the thing was, I just kind of tried to see where things would go. Right. And I was like, oh, so you invite dudes on the trip, correct? And she was like, yeah. I mean, if my girls want to bring their dude, all that kind of stuff, yeah, we go on the trip and everything. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, using that scenario right there, can we switch that if I went on a trip, but my friends brought their girls or whatever that they wanted to, how would you feel about it? Then we went more into, single friends. Mm-hmm. Because it's like she got some single guy friends, and I'm like, we went into that whole scenario of, single guy friends ain't really like 100% your friend, but they are your friend. Like, I'll probably trust maybe one. Everybody else, I'm like, opportunity rises, you be there.
It's just, every guy is a friend with benefits. It's just, like, because people minimize what benefits, like, they want to put it, they only want to give you the bad ones. Because, you know, you say friend with benefits, you instantly thinking y'all having some sort of sexual energy going. But a friend with benefits could be the guy who pick you up and take you to work. He's your friend, but he has the added benefit of taking you to work. Because maybe you don't have a car, maybe you
boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, husband.
The added benefit of I can flirt and know that it'll only go so far. Mm-hmm. So every guy has that. Now, with every guy though, that benefits package is extendable. Like you can increase that at any point.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to have you don't have to end a contract to start increasing benefits with a guy.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, so you upset with who you call it? Well, I got this added benefit on mine. If you ever just need somebody to talk to, then go from talk to. If you ever just need a place to kick it while you getting that worked out, then it can increase from there. Hey, I also got a benefits package called this penis. If you want that, I don't know.
If you need some pipe laid,
I
got that benefit
no
too.
Added cost, none of that. You know what I'm saying? In fact, I would prefer you not let the other customers know you getting it, because some of them might be getting that too. And I don't want no issues here. So I was just like, every guy has that additional bit. Like you can increase your benefits infinitely up until a certain point.
Yeah, but so we were talking about it and everything, and I was like, oh, so would you go on a trip with some of your friends and some single guy friends that you cool with, everything? She was like, yeah. And so I flipped it around, and I was like, so would you be cool with me going on a trip with some of my single girlfriends? Some of them are single, some of them got their boyfriends with them, right, and all that kind of stuff. She was like, oh, I got to see them all first. And I'm like, so what was the actual difference between your friends and my friends? And, she went to the point where she was like, well, you know how women are. And I'm like, the game that you playing right now is that insecurity, or is that actual...
Like, is there really a way that women are to make them untrustworthy?
Mm-hmm.
Like, because that's what you're saying. You're saying at some point all women should not be trusted. It's a pretty way of saying that, but ultimately you're saying that right there. Guys, my pretty way of saying, hey, I can't worry about the guys. Every guy's an opportunist. If presented with the opportunity to get something that's yours, whether it be your wife, your girlfriend, whatever, they gonna do it.
Yeah.
And I know you'd be like, what about your home? I'm like, look, my thing is, I can't control the world. I just hope that I have a deep enough connection with you, have built a rapport with you
that
as
I
my
control
spouse.
myself.
I control myself, right. And also it would behoove you or be in your benefit that if you are around them, you see the benefit in me. Mm-hmm. And be like, nah, I don't want to mess up what I got getting that extra benefits package. You know what I'm saying? Getting that trial version. I already got the full version at home. I don't have to get the trial.
But I also brought up, because she was like, oh, well, you've met my friends and stuff like that. And I'm like, and I'm pretty sure some of them, if given the opportunity, they would. And I'm like, let's just keep it 1,000. Like, keep it 1,000 right here. Because I was like, okay, if you don't believe me, here's what we could do right now. I'll bet money on it. I put money on the table. And all the people out there, men, women, bet money on it. Okay, if they that much of a friend, call them up and say, hey, right now, me and my man going through something. I'm a little frustrated. I need you to go and help me out with something. Go and drop that meat off to me.
Dropped off that package. And
that's all I want. We ain't going to talk about it or anything. And see how many of them will say, you know what, I'm on the way. Or when you want to meet up. Now, if they don't say none of that, then I'm like, okay. I could really see.
I could let you.
Yeah.
That's homie.
But
right there.
It ain't. The reason women ain't going to do it is because they don't want to know that they male friends are opportunists just like everybody else.
Just like everybody else. Don't get me wrong. At certain points, like, you can build a rapport with somebody, one of your homeboys, to where, yeah, sure, I'm not going to screw you over that way.
Yeah.
But if I'm single, that don't mean that I'm not going to screw this other person over there. It's just it's like, when it comes down to it, you building certain relationships. Now, do I trust Jeremy around my wife? Of course. No issues.
Yeah. Same here. Like, there's only, truth be told, a handful of dudes that I could say I could 100%
You ain't gonna do nothing.
trust, like, know for a fact, even if she offered it, if she begged
Whatever
him,
she do,
it wouldn't happen.
It's not gonna change.
There
It's gonna
ain't
be-
too many.
But it's like I said, it's not too many. It's like, no, I know there's a few of them out there be like, no, bro, when I'm not home, you can't be there.
Yeah, it's like, no,
don't
you ain't
pull
gonna
up-
come to my
Don't
house,
put
so
up
I'm
in my
not there.
space like that. But also, I'd be like, hey, it's what it is. I'm
Man,
just being
they
honest.
had that old song Backstabbers. Like, they smile in your face all the time trying to take your place.
Oh, what was that? What was the Bobby Womack song? I wish he wouldn't trust me so much. I sound like Bobby Womack. You ain't no good.
Man,
But
but
old folks had a song.
nah.
Terrible.
I tell people straight up, there's a couple of dudes that I truly, and Colin, I do trust you, so I shout you out and everything.
No issues.
But other than that, let's be honest, I don't trust you. Like, let me come home and a nigga in my house that I don't trust.
What you doing here?
It's like,
I was
nah.
invited over.
Oh.
I'm gonna instantly walk over there. Babe, why you invite him? What
You
is
invite
he-
him?
What he doing here?
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like y'all getting too comfortable.
Mm-hmm. And that's just the honest truth. It's like, hold up.
What was the issue?
Now, why didn't you call me?
Yeah, you knew I was on my. You knew I was. I still live here. You know that, right?
Mm-hmm. Because, and let's reverse it just to say the other way. If a dude invited one of your one of my wife's friends tried to come over, I was like, nah, did you call my wife? She was like, oh man, but we cool. I'm like, yeah, we cool. But did you call my wife?
Yeah, she need to know you here.
Yeah, she need to know. If she says it's cool, okay, that's fine. That's cool.
Fine. Yeah.
But if she don't say it's cool, there's no way in hell you gonna be in my house and my wife show up and be like, "What you doing here?"
What? My thing is, I always look at it. How did you get? How does this relationship, this entity, how does the entity know you? Like Mr. and Mrs. Hunter, how do we as one know you? Because if, let's just say, I'm not finna call any of our homegirls and just be like, hey, just pull up. Now if you call and be like, yeah, sure. Or if you met, if I've been here and my wife okayed you and gave you that check mark, like, oh, she good people. Okay, cool. Yeah, pull up. I ain't got no issue because she ain't gonna have no problem when she see you here.
Yeah.
Now, some homegirl, I don't know which ones, but I'm certain she has some.
Calling no names, but
I'm sure she has some homegirl. She'd be like, if she saw their car in the parking lot, she gonna be like, wait, now, I didn't call her and tell her to be here.
Mm-hmm.
Why is she
just
here? You know what I'm saying? What is she doing here?
Mm-hmm.
And I'd be like, now, granted, your level of trust in me should be high.
Yes.
I'm not going down that route. However, you talk about your homegirl, you don't know what she gonna try.
Mm-hmm. And that's my thing. I don't like being caught in certain positions because I'm like,
no compromise
now I gotta
states.
come up with this excuse of, nah, baby, she came over.
And you're not gonna believe me.
Mm-hmm. Like, nah, I didn't tell her come over here. She came over here to see you.
She can't. That's why I left her outside. That's why she's still at the door knocking. Cause was you on your way? I'm gonna call. First of all, I would definitely if one of the homegirls came up there, I was just like, you weren't supposed to be here. I'm definitely gonna call. Be like, look through that peephole. Who that?
You know such and such here, right?
Hey, they pulled up right outside. They knocking on the door right now. Call her and see what she want. Call her and see what she want.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't tell her to come up in here.
And I'm sorry. I'm like, if you're like, oh, well, we should be cooler than that. If I know you through my wife like that, it's like, man, my wife better be the one give that A-OK.
Yeah, because that's your connection. That's your connection to the entity of us.
Mm-hmm.
You know her at that level. Don't get me wrong. There's some people we was cool. We all been in a group setting so many times to where, yeah, you can reach out to me. She understands that I'm that cool with you now. Mm-hmm. But for the most part, no, I'm not just finna hit you up to tell you to pull up for nothing. I don't.
I don't do
I don't do
unnecessary
that.
drama.
I already got friends that don't call me right now that I can call and get told no. I already got them.
Man,
I don't need no extras. I don't need no extras to this movie.
nah,
No, but,
it's
yeah.
just like I believe in keeping peace in my house. So if you gonna start up, if this could potentially in any shape, form, or fashion start some drama,
Right. I'm not gonna
like
do it.
you know what? I don't even need that.
I'll pass.
I'm like, well, but you don't. No.
I don't.
No. You ask her.
That's
She
what-
say it's okay.
It's okay. Then I'll pull up. But it's crazy because with her guy friend, but at the same time, I don't want to call it crazy because it's realistic. With your guy friends, yeah, they could just hit me up. Now, granted, they probably just wouldn't because, but like if your homeboy hit me up and was like, I know you called me because you on your last leg.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm sure you went through your entire Rolodex before you thought, hey,
Yeah.
you know who I can call? I can call Ronnie B husband because most of the time they gonna refer to me as, oh, that's Ronnie B husband. They don't call me Brian. They call that's Ronnie B husband. So I'd be like, that. So you understand the relationship that we have? That's the connection. Without Ronnie B, it's kind of hard to say that we connected in that way.
Yeah.
So when you call me, I'm gonna just be like, because you cool with my wife to that level, I will pull up on your behalf.
I'm gonna help you out.
I'm gonna help you out, but don't get comfortable.
But you gotta be on your last leg.
You gotta be on your last leg. You gotta have called all the other people.
Cause that's kind of like, okay, like my wife friends, cause I've had some of them call me. I'm like, did you talk to my wife first? But I'm like, as a guy friend, it's like I've never had a guy friend call me, and I think because they already know, bruh, don't call me for no stupid stuff. Like,
you gotta be I feel like as a guy, you gotta be resourceful.
I am not gonna help your guy friend move.
No.
I am not about to help your guy friend with none of that kind of stuff.
Because I know I can't call you when I'm moving. Now, or even if I could call you, I wouldn't call you. So in essence, I can't call you. It's probably internal in me. It's innate to me that I won't call you if I need you. So I just expect you to show me that common courtesy.
Man, if I can't reach all the people, obviously it wasn't meant for me to do.
Right.
I'm sorry. That's just how I look at it.
Her home, like, you can't really just hit me up and be like, hey. Like, I would even go as far as say if, like, let's say one of her cousins or something was moving. And I'd be like, Ronnie B would have to ask me, hey, can you help my cousin move?
Yeah.
You can't just like, you can just call me. And most likely, I'm going to be honest, with it being her family member, I'm going to be like, you get an additional perk every now and then just because you're related. But I'm going to be like, I really wish you would have ran that through Lynn first, because now I'm not getting all my husband perks on top of that. Like, really.
Because if she asked me,
because she know this is a favor that I'm doing for them, but really for you. If you call, then it's like, oh, now we just cool, and she ain't gonna feel like,
yeah, like, oh,
nah, you helped them out. You didn't do nothing for me. Like, you right. But I would not have been in this position had I not been with you.
Very true, very true.
So, technically I'm helping you. Now they getting the perk, but I'm helping you though.
But like, I've helped a lot of my wife's friends because I'm like, that's cool, it's whatever. If you need some help, oh, well, can you lift this? Can you move this? Oh, I need some help with this. It's like, okay. The reason I'm doing that is because of my wife. Because if you're not giving me no benefits, which you're not, why do I need to be helping you?
Not helping you.
And before anybody says, oh, so you gotta be getting something to do, everybody wants something.
That's asking, so you gotta get a check to go to work? Yes. So you gotta put gas in your car for it to go? Yes. Like, there's not much for the Christians out there. So I gotta believe to go to heaven. In my world and what I believe, yes, you do. That's how it works.
Like, if you don't believe, you don't get the perks.
You don't get the perks. So I'm saying there's a cause and effect to the world we live in by being, especially with it being
I think
lenient.
some people always look at it as, oh, you should do it out of the kindness of your heart. Hey, I got a lot of kindness in my heart.
Yeah.
But doing some crap I just don't want to do ain't really on the list of my things.
Like, the kindness in my heart. First of all, I want it to be on my heart. And I'll be like, look, if it's not on my heart, it's hard for my heart to be kind, and my heart didn't come up with it. So with that being said, if you're not on my heart at the time, it's gonna be hard for me to do stuff out of kindness.
Yeah. Well, I could tell you like this. One of my friends, and this is back in college, I had a truck. It was snowing and all that kind of stuff. And and anybody that know me from college is like, yes, I will help my friends. Mm-hmm. And one of my friends, and like he came up and asked me, he was like, bro, can I get a favor from you? I'm like, oh, this is a favor for you. What's good, bro? So his idea was to use my truck to help to take this girl out on a date. I'm like, bruh, it's snowing. Well, I'm like, bruh, like, that's not something you do out of the kindness of your heart.
Because that's put me in a lot of risk right there.
Mm-hmm. And if my car get messed up, now I'm gonna be without a car because it's snowing.
I just feel like I was always, because I heard the story before, I was always thinking, why did he just go walk over there, get her, walk to someone and be like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Look, because you can cook.
Yeah.
I'd be like, hey, bro, could you cook so I can bring her through and,
Look, I didn't even mind doing that. I was like, bro, but you asked to use my car.
I'm like,
I feel like Smokey is like, bro, this is my car.
It's mine. I know.
Most people use it as some ketchup.
Sugar.
Like, but my car?
My car?
Like,
don't ask me my car.
And he was just like, I'm like, bro, you knew before you got here what that answer was going to be.
You knew how this was going to play out. It is what it is. All right. So, should a person's past relationships affect their future relationships? And if so, how? In what ways?
Well, that's kind of hard because it's like a double-edged sword. Because I do believe certain things that you've done in your past will show what you would do in the future.
Right.
Because it's like, you've done these things in the past. We are creatures of habit. Mm-hmm. Meaning we do things that we always do. Keep like going. We did that before. We're going to do it again. All those kind of things. I do believe people can change certain things that they truly want to change. But it's just like, especially with guys, I'm like, I think we do more things of habit than women do. Right. Like, what I mean by that is like, man, most of us wear the same kind of clothes we always wore. The same brands. We go buy the same kind of shoes. It's like, if you like this, that's what you stick with.
Once
you
it proves
your
itself
by the same dude every
time.
Man, what was it? My barber up in Denton called, his name was D-Boy. I was up there 6 years. All 6 years. Every 2 weeks, I get my hair cut by him. I ain't get a new barber till I move. And then I was like, man, I still tried to go up there to him to get my hair cut. I was like, man, you don't want to mess up something good. Hey, you do my hair the way
this
I
how
like.
I want. This how I want it.
So it's like the habits and things that we do. I do believe that will show, but you can always change your habits. They say it take like 21 days to make or break a habit.
Yeah. Now, my thing, when it comes to I feel like if your past, all the traumatic stuff from your past, when it comes to relationships, like, okay, if you and your brother or your father or something has some unresolved issues or something, I don't necessarily think that should be something that you throw on me. I'll deal with it, but you have to be currently working on that issue, trying to get it resolved. Because in reality, that ain't something that I placed on you. So it's like going to a plumber with an air conditioning issue. He gonna be like, I fix toilets and pipes. You want me to fix your air? Like that's a totally different class of issue, and you gonna need somebody specialized in that field to service that problem. Now, if it come down to the guys you dealt with in the past, it's very similar.
But see, one of the things that I think that a lot of people keep missing, man, we need therapy.
We do.
And like, people really need therapy, because I'm like, if you had a major breakup or anything like that where things turned out worse from you, before you decide to jump into something new, hey, you need to get that stuff resolved.
Talk about that. You need to figure find somebody and have that
because
conversation.
One of the big issues that we have as the world is that, man, we bring all our past hurt, all our past drama, all those issues into that, men and women.
And we just dump that on the next. Like, Erykah Badu, Bag Lady. Like,
yeah,
some of that stuff is trash. You gotta let that go. Like, if you dealt with a trash dude in the past and you know you got a good man now, that's why I said after 25, really 21, stop checking your man phone.
Yeah.
Stop checking your woman phone.
Yeah.
If she's screwing you over at this point, discard her. Discard him. Like,
if
don't
you
even
can't
work.
take it. If you know
You
for a
just
fact
can't
they're
do
doing
it.
you dirty,
Move on.
move on.
If you have it in your head to where I can't trust you and you supposed to be with, you know what? Unfortunately, this ain't gonna work for me. And I know you like, well, you can't just throw away every relationship. At that point, it's not a relationship you want. It's a toxic relationship already.
Yeah.
Only thing you gonna end up with is either hurt him or hurt yourself or hurt somebody. Gonna end up doing bad through that transaction.
But it's just like, it's crazy how people do things nowadays. It's like we see all the negative and all the bad things that somebody else did us, and now we're waiting for the other shoe to drop. Like, okay, for example, if you were in a bad relationship before someone, whether it's a man or a woman, whatever. Right. Now, if you waiting for 10 years for the shoe to drop, and the shoe drops, that's your fault.
No problem.
Because of the fact that, man, you waited 10 years for the shoe to drop.
Yeah, you've been waiting on it.
Like, and that's one thing I don't understand. If you waiting for somebody to do wrong, it's like, oh, man, he gonna do wrong. I know he gonna do wrong. Watch him do wrong. Yeah. Or her, I know she's gonna do it. Just, at some point in time, it's just a matter of time.
My Uncle Mike, well, it was told to me through my cousin Mike, but it ultimately came from my Uncle Mike. My Uncle Mike told him one day, because he was, he was into that conspiracy theory stuff like that, Illuminati and all that, when it was really big as far as if you was somebody black and you reached some level of success, automatically you was inducted into the Illuminati, which made no sense to me. So that's just the backstory to the point I'm bringing now. He asked my Uncle Mike about it, and then my Uncle Mike said, I'm going to tell you something. Whatever you looking for, you going to find it.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. If you looking for a reason for your current man to be like your last man, at the end of the day, he got an XY chromosome. So you gonna be like, hey, if nothing else, he a man and you a man too, and y'all, that's when you get those hoes. You know how men are. No, that man and these two men, the nuances of every man. We got a base model, sure.
Yeah.
Every man comes with the standard package. Most of them do anyway. Just being real, because I'm being honest. So every man comes with the basic standard package, like we do, most of them, like I said.
Yeah.
So with that being said, yeah, there's gonna be similarities in how men move. There's gonna be similarities in how women move, but the nuances, just because your last girl cheated on you, don't mean your current girl gonna cheat on you.
Yeah.
And I know it's hard for you because it's traumatic. And that's why I say therapy is what you need.
Yeah.
If you feel like I can't trust him or I can't trust her, I got to be searched. I got to check on him. I got to call and see where you at and this and that. Look, that level of self-inflicted stress is going to be the death of you. Stop.
Over here stressing about the wrong things.
I'm not looking for you. I'm not worried about what you're doing. I just know if I played it right and I did my part properly, wherever you are, whatever you doing, you also thinking about me and moving in my best interest.
Mm-hmm.
That's, you know the rules. That every relationship should have their iron cut rules. My rule is you cheat on me, it's over. There's no we can work it out. Well, maybe you did something. Even if I did do something, the ironclad rule here from day one is if another man enters my space and gets you in any capacity that I deem
that's mine.
disrespectful, you know what? You obviously want him. Let me get out your way. And I'm going to move. I'm not going to try to fix it, patch it, none of that. We done. That's over. I'm not trying to fix it. I'm not trying to. Hey, I got at that point, only connection we got is my daughter, and we going to work that out. Whether hopefully we can do it being cordial. But other than that, the court systems are here too. Because I feel like the court systems are really there for parents and people who can't work things out on their own. So if I can't work it out,
the court systems that screw you, but that's just how I feel.
But that's how your parents would do you. So just think about if you and your brother was sitting up there trying to play the video game and it's a one-person game. Now, in reality, you and him could have worked that out. If you die, you pass the stick. If I die, I pass the stick. Yeah. You always get that one who like, I didn't die right. It was cheating, bro. Cheated. I didn't even get to play that long. And then you get to yelling, he get to yelling, your parent come in.
Mm-hmm.
That's the judge. Okay, well, if y'all can't figure it out, then turn it off. Mm-hmm. Now we both got to lose. Your parents just there to screw you. If you can't come to a compromise between you two, that's your fault. You know what? I don't want to hear it at all. Turn the system off. Mm-hmm. Go to bed. Go outside. Whatever you going to do. But you ain't going to do that no more. And then you got to be like, look what you did. But if you would have just, see?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of that going on. Man, I remember growing up, me and my brother got into a fist fight. It was our first real fist fight. Because me and my cousin playing the PlayStation. Man, we over here playing SmackDown, Shut Your Mouth. We over here going hard. Nobody want to lose. Nobody want to lose. And then, we keep trying to pin each other and stuff like that. But everybody get kicking out on too. Man, my little brother got mad, snatched the controllers. Back in the day, they had it was hooked into the system.
Yeah, wired.
Yeah, it was wired. So, snatched them controllers out and everything and kicked the PS1. Man, I got so mad. Man, I just hit him. And then we over here fighting, going back and forth and everything. Man, my aunt come in. She hear me cussing my little brother out. She don't even see the whole thing. She just see me cussing at him and fighting him. Then all of a sudden, my parents come in. I get in trouble like always. And I'm like, well, he did this. My aunt come over here and say all this other stuff. I'm like, see, you didn't even see the whole thing.
You weren't there.
You didn't even see it
all. You just saw what you saw. I be like, up until this point, yeah, when you walked in your mind, from your lens, I am 100% wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a cause, and that what you saw was the effect. You didn't see the cause. So let you tell the effect of what I'm telling them now. But
it's an emotional thing. Don't judge me. But that's how it is in life a lot of times.
But that's the court system in your relationship. That's the court system in your marriage.
It's like, because when you start putting other people in it, yes, if somebody is going to be honest and fair, it helps out at times. That's why I say counseling. So an unbiased person comes in, they help you. That's their job, is to help and get both parties to understand. Now, you just got that one friend that's like, man, she always wrong, bro. Nah, you right. She tripping. I don't know why she doing that. Like, you don't need that friend because
it's not healthy.
It's biased and it's toxic.
Keep that person. And I know, and it's like every relationship needs a counsel, like a little committee, to where I don't need you to tell me I'm right unless I'm actually right.
Yeah,
I need you, like, I call Jeremy all the time because he has no issue telling Brian, "You wrong. You messed up." I might fight it. I might be upset that he said it. But after I sit back and think about it, I'd be like, man.
For his 24-hour period.
24 hours. That's all I ask. 24 hours of me being right even though I'm wrong. In a relationship.
But I'm just saying, you call a spade a spade. If you right, you right. You know what, bro? I'm going to tell you. You right. But if you wrong.
I'm going to tell you, and then I'm going to tell you why. You probably just look at it like this. And I'm going to be like, I ain't. Look, you can do what you want.
He try to weasel ways out of it because he hate being wrong. But at the end of the day, it's like, wrong is wrong, right is right.
Right is right.
And I expect the same thing. So that's why I only ask certain people certain things.
Key people.
Because if you ask everybody, it's like everybody, for the most part, will either A, jump on your side, or B, jump on hers.
If you want to test that friend, bring up something that you know you did wrong on. Man, she came in the house, and the girl was sitting up there in her drawers, but I wasn't doing nothing with her. Man, why she
doing nothing? Then why she tripping? I don't understand why she tripping. And you weren't even doing nothing. Like she was just there with drawers on. And
like she still had clothes.
She spilled something on her,
and they gonna make them in this. So if you go to the pool, them girls in bikinis, technically they in drawers too. You ain't got no issue with them. Like, buddy, stop talking to him. He gonna get you divorced.
Or he gonna get you stabbed, depending on what one.
Lorena Bobby did it for a reason. Okay, I'm just saying. It's hard times. Certain people just should not have that level of access to you, dog, to give you counsel. Yeah. Like, I can't take everything you say serious. It just is what it is. But like I said, you gotta find the key committee who have no issue telling you, yeah, you're wrong, and have no issue telling you, yeah, you're right. Yeah. It is what it is.
But your past, like, I'm just saying, like, it's like people always want to X out their past. It's like, oh, well, I'm a new person from 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks, like,
it take 27 days to change a habit, at least 30, right?
Yeah, but my whole thing is like, some people will smooth try to hit you with that. Oh, well, what I did in my past, you did all the wild stuff. You ain't gonna hit me like, and this go for dudes and girls. As a dude, man, if you were wilding out back in the day and stuff like that, and you meet this girl, you can't treat her as if she's, oh, you don't do that no more. You above all that. I love that, man. It's like, nah, I don't do those things. Just like, that's how people get cheated on. Like, I be pissed off if the woman that I got with, oh, she was freaky when I first met her, and then all of a sudden she got with me and was like, no, we would never get married. We would never, and I'm being 100% honest with you. I don't care what anybody said. Oh, well, that was a different time in her life. Yeah, no.
I want to know about that. I just feel like show me that time in your life.
But that's like basic cable versus premium.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you giving other dudes
every
premium.
Channel.
All the channels.
You was giving dudes channels they didn't even want. You gave him that one music opera channel. You remember when you go back far enough?
Right before you just get straight music.
Yeah, just straight.
They got the R&B channel, the rap channel. Man.
Like, I got MTV for that, but just in case I don't want no visuals, I'm going to just cruise on back there and listen.
But that's just one of the things I look at. Is like, your past, it does play a certain point. Yeah, now, should that be the end all be all? No. Because of the fact that, man, we do change with time, we do grow, we do learn from certain mistakes.
Right.
But when you with that person, it's like, hey, I didn't want you to be just this. I want the whole package.
Yeah. I needed, I wanted, like, even though I'm not going to watch every channel, I still want it to be there. Like, because if I pay for it, I still want to be there. If you a package that promised 999 channels, yeah, I still want. I'm gonna turn over there, even if you just got a blank black channel sitting right there. I know that's 901. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So but see, that one thing right there irritated me because one person, and we both know, I ain't gonna say no names, but one person, she talked about, oh, well, she used to do threesomes. But then she was like, oh, well, she wouldn't do the threesome with her man right now, and I'm like, so the dude that you didn't care about, he got
that out of you.
He got that out of you.
Oh,
well, he messed up for everyone, but I'm better than him.
No, they'll be like, he messed it up for everybody. How? How could one man be so? Because at that point, I'm gonna be like, you need to go be with him. If he can mess up your life from that point on, he was a pivotal influence in your life. And you say, well, he wasn't that great. Like, no. In my mind,
obviously he was.
He was exceptional, because whatever I'm doing for you right now ain't enough to counteract anything that he did. All the programming and all the bad stuff that he did to you, I can't undo none of that. Like, no. I don't. No. You can't have no female friends. Why not? Well, I had a guy. He ended up. That's the first woman he went to mess with. Well, that was him.
Yeah, that was him. That was.
Now, I'm not telling you not to have your safeguards or your safety nets up, but your safety nets shouldn't be in the barriers you put on, or the restrictions you put on a person. It should be in the person. Like, I place my security in you. Like, I have to trust that you're going to do what you say you're going to do, or not do what you say you're not going to do. I have to have a level of trust in you in order for this to work.
Yeah.
So if I got to sit back and I got to, like I said, if I got to ask you too many times where you at, where you going to be, and what you going to do, like, I don't want to do that. I don't have the energy nor the capacity. If I felt like you walking out that door put me in a position where you could screw me over, I don't even want you to come back in the door. Just stay out. Yeah. Don't waste your time coming over here to deal with me and none of that. Just go ahead. So if you telling me, you can't buy a house because a tornado tore up your last one, but you ain't even in Tornado Alley no more. Now you over here wherever we at now. I'm like, look, you can get a house here. No, the last house got tore up. So you're going to be homeless now because...
because you worried about the house.
You so worried about something that could happen, you won't let something that will happen for you. You putting yourself in a predicament.
What was the word called? It's not foreshadowing, but when you think about something so much, you manifest it. Like, when you manifest, this dude or this girl gonna always do something wrong, at some point in time, could it just be you manifesting it?
Like, if you keep on not spending time with your significant other, you manifesting a situation where he will spend time with other people, or she will.
Oh, well, he was gonna do it anyway. Well, maybe if you
was there and occupy his space and his time, where would he have the time to go do something crazy? Or if you show him a little bit of trust, then maybe he wouldn't feel like, I just don't want to deal with it because she don't trust me anyway.
Yeah. Because look, Keisha Cole had the song, I might as well cheated. As much as you accuse me of cheating. It's like, you keep talking about it, I might as well go do it.
I might as well have gave you what you wanted. Because you keep manifesting this situation that doesn't exist, this artificial construct of your mind. You're the only person thinking this way.
Yeah.
I'm out here trying to move in your best interest at all times.
If you don't think, my thing is, whether it's a man or a woman, if you don't think that person is moving in your best interest, at some point in time, you guys start thinking, hey, is this where I need to be? Is this where we should be?
Is this what we want to do? Like I said, when it comes down to it, you can't say you want a maintenance-free relationship. Because if you're doing self-maintenance or whatever, you're going to have to build something. You got to put yourself together. Right? So you can't have a necessarily maintenance-free relationship. Because at a certain point, you should be maintaining yourself. If you see you getting too much in the red on one instance, whether it be finances, physical, spiritual, mental, whatever it is, you got to try to wing yourself back in and put yourself back into the gray zone, the comfort, right? But when you feel like your level of control has to go beyond self and move into the other person, that's when it's problematic. I'm not here. I'm not here to make you do nothing. Everything that you do on my behalf, you should want to do. You should want to see me happy. Like, granted, a lot of people had that whole time, you can't make me happy, and I'm 100% in agreement with that. You can't make me happy. But in other words, you can't make me mad. You can't. So if you can't make me something, how can you make me do something? I just have to, it has to make me happy to see you in a space to where you ain't worried about this. That's the furthest thing from your mind.
But one thing, when people say that, one thing I want you to understand, you gotta put in some work.
You gotta put in some work.
Like, some people think, oh, it just magically happens. No,
it's an investment.
It's an. If I want this, like, if we even go biblical, I know some people don't like going, but even if we go that way,
let's go.
Be fruitful and multiply. When you are putting in work on something, it should bear fruit.
It's gonna do something.
If it bears no fruit, what does it say? Discard it and throw it away.
Yeah, smart. It's not doing what it's supposed to do. Okay, get rid of that.
Now, if we talk about relationships, no matter how you want to look at it, if you not putting in no work, you can't be mad at the results that come from it. Oh, well, man, I was here, but what did you do to make it grow? Right. It's like you don't till the grass, you don't plant the seed or anything. Right. How do you expect your crop to grow?
Like, people out here looking for wild fruit. Yeah. I'd be like, don't get me wrong, it exists. Lotto is wild fruit.
Yeah.
Like, granted, you threw something out there, you got lucky, it came into your life. Congratulations. You found an apple in a big field. Good job. But the seeds you plant, the things that you put, real work into, when they bear fruit, it's a level of expectation.
Yeah.
If you sitting up there and you sit back and you trust your wife and you really trust your wife, you love your wife, you do for your wife, you act a certain way towards your wife, you dismiss other women on behalf of your wife, those are the seeds and stuff that you planted to get that level of trust in your relationship to where if I woke up tomorrow and decide, hey Lynn, you know what, I need to spend a week in a whole nother state, I can just do that. I'm not finna So who gonna be out there? There ain't the questions. It's like, so obviously gonna be like, well, it's Brian, so most likely it's either related to money or art or family. So okay, so who did what? But it's not oh, well, is she gonna be there? Well, where your phone?
Yeah.
Like, it's none of that. It's,
if you gotta look through all my stuff,
then I haven't planted enough seeds that bear fruit with you. And some people, when you got the troubles of your past, your soil becomes infertile.
Yeah.
Like, it don't matter how many seeds of trust, it don't matter how many seeds of I got you, I put in you, I will never get the fruit of a fruitful relationship with you because you can't trust me. And it's not because I'm a bad farmer, it's because the farmer before me didn't care about the land.
True.
So you making me the problem when the guy before me is really the bad guy. I gotta do so much makeup work to where even if you gave me 100 acres, I'm like, yeah, I got all this land, but I can't grow nothing on it. I will die trying to make this soil fertile again. I'd rather go get me a 1 acre lot with fertile soil and build on that because I'll get more trees before I die. So you just got to remember, hey, stop letting these previous guys, the previous tenants of your relationship, men and women, of your relationship, make you infertile, make you unwilling to compromise, making you unwilling to accept what somebody new is bringing to you. That's all I want to say. We come to that point. Let's get some shout outs.
Well, as always, love to shout out my beautiful wife. Love you to death. We just celebrated our 5-year anniversary. It's been a ride, but I couldn't see myself riding with anyone but her. She has her businesses, Yanni like mine. Then she also has Wasted Desires, and she has traces like mine. One of them is Yanni Products. If you don't know, ladies,
Yeah, don't
take
say
care
it.
of it.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say it.
Don't
I'm
say
not
it.
gonna say it.
Just keep-
But she make sure it take care of it.
Do what you want.
Now, she also has Wasted Desires that she does with my sister-in-law, and they have their business. This is waist beads, ankle bracelets, wrist bracelets, all the different types of bracelets and stuff like that. Like, check it out. It's on Facebook. It's on Instagram. Like, they're actually working on a website right now for it.
Oh, top notch.
And then she has traces like mine. That is hair care products, different things. She has a hair growing formula that actually does work. Like, she actually helped us with a lot of things with our podcast and with our hair formulas and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Put us in the game.
So,
Respect.
y'all check her out.
First of all, I'm gonna shout out my cousin T with Tyler Bailey. Is a clothing line, luxury clothing items. You know, you pay for what you get. Hand-picked fabrics, all that is coming from his mind. He creating something, and I'm talking about from fashion shows down. It's several celebrities that have been in these clothes. Not saying that you ain't a celebrity in your own right. Just saying if you need somebody of notoriety to back you on what you're doing, you'll be dressing in the same likeness as T-Pain and Wendy Williams and various other people out there who wear his clothes. It's not just. It's really, it's streetwear-esque, but it's not really streetwear. I'm talking about this is luxury clothing items. This is what he does. Outside of that, I'm gonna shout out D-Mac, which is a host from a while back, but he's no longer a host. He stopped hosting. But it's still fam. So because we still doing a show, D-Mac, the barber, he cuts hair. He used to cut my homeboy. Well, he still cut Damien hair. I'm gonna have to get out there and get my hair cut so I can have a more personal relationship and be like, hey, that's my boy. Right now I'm going on a referral system. He say he good. I've seen his work. I believe he's good. When I get him to touch this mop up, we gonna see how good he really is. But I'm sending you down there because it's a young man, and I'm not gonna send you somewhere where you can't get some quality. That's primary focus here. He do cut hair. He does do it in a quality way. So shout out D-Mac. When my cousin Mike has something going on right now, he working on some other stuff. But when he get back to doing what he love and what he do, I'll plug you in. It's just he just in the refining and figuring it out stage. So once he get back, then we gonna be back.
Oh, I almost forgot. Shout out Aretha. She's been on the show a couple of times. She does body sculpting, contouring, and different things like that. If you've ever seen her, you'll know it because you'll hear it coming, just like me. Like us light skins a little loud, but it's all good.
Be heard.
But the thing is, she actually does quality work. She actually works on her product, and she's actually doing very well. So ladies, if you don't know what contouring is, basically mimicking your body to help you to lose weight, burn fat. It actually helps in a lot of ways because she done shown some things that I was like, before and after, them don't look like the two same people. So
different.
Check her out. She's on Facebook. She's on Instagram. She actually has her own business and everything.
And DJ, he has a podcast. He was on here. We've actually been on his podcast. So For Your Ambition, his podcast, he's talking to people more so along the lines of, pushing you into an ambitious state to strive to get something that you deserve, whatever it may be, or getting you in the room and had those people having those conversations to let you know what sparked them to go and pursue that and move forward with that. So whatever, that ambition is for you, watch that podcast, get that energy, and hopefully that pushes you in the direction to pursue your dreams and have what you want to have. With that being said, it's been another episode of Something for the People.
Like, share, subscribe. Be easy.
Hold it down. And we on YouTube. Right now, we on YouTube. If you want to go watch us on YouTube, in fact,
just cut out my endings.
Cut this back. Cut this back and go to YouTube and watch it there. You can watch the show twice. Just put us in the background. We solid.
Yeah.
Like, share, subscribe, like he said.
Be easy.
Hold it down.